Well, this will be 2 weeks in cinema heaven for me. And I think for all of us on the jury, this is going to be a great 2 weeks because we're going to see these films for the first time. You know, and I usually see the films coming out of Cannes after everybody else has already seen them. So I'll be able to be front row center for 20 films over 12 days. Well, I've never been a president before. But I'm not going to be the kind of president that raises taxes or lowers taxes. Luckily, I'm not that kind of a president. I'm going to be a president of a very dignified and eclectic jury of some great filmmakers and artists, actors, actresses, you know, directors, documentarians. I'm very, very proud of this jury that Cannes has put me together with. My special memory is the 1982 debut of E.T. E.T. was kind of born in Cannes at the closing night ceremony, and that was one of the greatest memories of my entire life. The response that E.T. was able to get from that audience that night was exceptional. I think people have to work really hard, you know, to beat the child out from within them. So I think that we're stuck with our inner children. I really do. And I think by being a dad and having 7 kids, it's kept me, you know, very much current, socially current, culturally current, and you know, and I just think that that doesn't ever leave us. Oh, too numerous to mention. I've influenced, but like eclectic, I used that word before with the jury. My film taste is sort of scattered all over the world of filmmaking in a way. So it's not just the American artists that I like. I've learned from John Ford certainly, and I've learned a lot, you know, from William Wyler, but I've learned so much also from Truffaut and Kurosawa and Fellini, and learned so much from David Lean and Michael Powell, and I just think that I've seen so many movies over my life. It's not that I like to watch a kind of film. Matter of fact, the more different a film, the more excited I am to see it. You know, and the more I hear it's different than anything else anybody's seen before, I run to that movie first. I just like to see movies that don't seem to come out of a cookie cutter, that don't seem to be just a type or a genre of film. I love individual movies from individual filmmakers. You know, it's not about age, it's not about experience, it's about the stories that people tell and how individualistic those stories are. Can I hear the voice of the filmmaker through the story they're telling? Or can I hear the strong stylistic voice of a director telling a story through somebody else's screenplay? And that's what I look for. So I still think Paul Thomas Anderson is one of our greatest directors. I think that Martin Scorsese is the greatest American director alive today. You know, I really believe in J.J. Abrams, who is about to do the new Star Wars film. There's a lot of young filmmakers that are coming up, or that have already established themselves and continue to do really, really profound work. And I'm inspired by them. Yeah, but you know, records should be broken whether you break your own records or whether other people break your records. It doesn't matter to me. The only thing that matters to me is the ability to get excited about a story. I mean, if I cannot get excited about a story, then nothing excites me, and I have to. And so what I keep waiting for, especially between movies, I keep waiting for that exciting feeling. And it usually sneaks up behind your back and taps you on the shoulder. It doesn't ever come this way, it always comes that way. Well, I don't see myself at all as an auteur. I don't see myself as an auteur because I really believe that film, among all the art forms, is the most collaborative art form. And so I think that movies can only be successful with a lot of different disciplines working together as a real family. And so I don't believe in the idea of auteur. I think an auteur is somebody that can make a movie, and the person can write the movie and direct the movie and maybe even act in the movie. But I think it's, unless you're doing all of those different, you know, functions of telling a story, it's a collaborative business. So I like to think of myself as a director a movie maker, you know, when I'm just directing from somebody else's script. And when I write the script and I direct from my own script, then I consider myself a filmmaker. That's how I've always distinguished the two. Well, I love French cinema because French cinema, you know, speaks from the heart, and without being sentimental, which I find very interesting. When we tend to speak from the heart, especially me, I tend to get very sentimental when I'm talking too much from here. But the French can just be very honest and authentic about their feelings, and it just works. And you know, I've always been, you know, I hired Francois Truffaut, never thinking he'd say yes to be in Close Encounters as an actor, which he said yes to. It was a great honor for me. And also, you know, Natalie Baye, you know, did Catch Me If You Can with me. And I've had, you know, yes, and Mathieu Amalric and Kosovic, you know, were in Munich, and I've just loved not just the French cinema, which I truly do love, but I love actors, you know, French actors. I think I'm so looking forward to doing more work here. No, no, I don't think so. To me, I'm very, very happy to have this job. It's a good job I have. It's an art form, but it's also a good job.